did. People don't know that I used to play the bells. There's a lot you can do with 4 tones. No minor ones though, just C, E, G, C, C, E, G, C, 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 C. I'll put this back and then we'll talk about diners. Hello everyone, I am Max Grinnell, author, urbanologist, inveterate walker. We're out here today to talk about Chicago's diners. Now, I don't have a real canonical definition of what constitutes a diner. I don't like to think about real diners, authentic diners. The best diner is the one where you can have food affordably priced with friends and possibly some strangers who become friends. That to me constitutes a good section of what it means to have a great, if not excellent, diner. Now honestly, if I had my way, we'd just go back to the Valois in Hyde Park and do the whole segment there. But guess what? Last year for this program, we already went to the Valois. So today we're gonna go explore a few new diners. We're gonna stop by the White Palace. We're gonna stop by Glenn's Diner. We're gonna stop by the Pittsfield Cafe and several others. We're gonna talk about what make these diners such amazing gathering spaces and some of the challenge they've faced during the pandemic. So come along with me and we'll learn a little bit more about some of Chicago's best diners. Friends, I'm inside the Pittsfield building. It's one of my favorite skyscrapers in the Loop. 38 stories, finished in 1927, and guess what? Built on a lot that was owned by Marshall Field himself. Yes, that Marshall Field, the department store magnate. He started his career as a general merchant in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So it really makes sense that this is called the Pittsfield Building. With its amazing multi-story atrium and small stores, it really invites people to come in and take a look at the stunning marble, light fixtures, and other remarkable details. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Pittsfield Cafe. The folks at the Pittsfield Cafe have been in business for over 35 years, and they're still open 7 days a week during the pandemic. So why not spend the morning at the Art Institute of Chicago, take a look at Edward Hopper's Nighthawks, which of course depicts people at a diner, then come on over to the Pittsfield Cafe for some amazing diner food and conversation. Friends, next we're gonna head on over to Lou Mitchell's and talk about the food they've been serving up since 1923. Good morning, everyone. These are the dinner chimes that are calling you to Lou Mitchell's on West Jackson Boulevard here. We're about, I don't know, omelets throw away from Union Station, where I used to work. And usually before I started work, going on a long tour of duty as a waiter on the long distance train across this great country, I would come get some breakfast at Lou Mitchell's. Now, I was not alone, and when I started coming in the mid-1990s, Lou Mitchell's had already been in business for 70 years before that. They started on the other side of the street in 1923. And like many other great Chicago diners, started by Greeks. They still do business here. They've weathered the storm through the pandemic. They're still open for you to come and enjoy. You can sit outside, you can sit inside. Now, we're gonna go in and talk with Nick, the owner, and talk a little bit about their business. Well, good morning, everybody. We're here with Nick Thanos, owner of Lou Mitchell's. One of my favorite diners in the city. A lot of memories coming here before I started work for Amtrak. Thank you so much for having time with us, Nick.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us a little bit about Lou Mitchell's, the background, the history, and maybe the man himself?
There's a lot to that. So Uncle Lou and his dad started the business across the street from where we are currently in 1923. So we're vastly approaching 100 years, which is pretty amazing. They started off with a very small, actually it was a rail car, and they did very simple menu, eggs, boiled ham. People coming off the rail here at Union Station, it was, travelers coming through. There wasn't much in the way of restaurants or places to eat around here. Slowly grew the business, and just after World War II, they moved to this location. And then right around, somewhere in between all that, in the early 20s, right after they opened, they commissioned this to be Route 66, which is kind of famous as well. So we stand on a historic, site as well, but the history and the legend was built more around the food and the man. I mean, Lou Mitchell was an amazing host. We hand people still donut holes as they walk in. Because of COVID, we've been restricted a little, so now we bring them to the table. But things like that, things of the charm and the things he did, we still bake our own breads. We still do our own donuts and in-house. All our pastries and things are done to our spec by our baker. We make our own orange marmalade. We hand cut our own French toast. We hand cut our French fries. We do a lot of things from scratch still that most places won't do. And that was stuff that Luke Mitchell created and did. I mean, we've added a few very small items to our menu. This was the core of what American Diner was. This man was a legend in the industry, and they say that the most flattering thing anyone could do is to plagiarize you. This has been plagiarized all over the country. The skillets and the eggs, that's been done here for decades. And it's just amazing. We have an amazing staff, an amazing crew of people here that keep this thing running, and so all we do is just keep it the same. And
you've had so many wonderful visitors from all over the world over the years. I was doing some research for the Tribune Archives. Julia Child came by. A long piece about Julia Child's visit to Mitchell's.
That was, oh my God, when my sister, God rest her soul, passed away a few years ago. She was the one who met with Julia Childs, and she said she was just absolutely lovely. The woman is in many ways bigger than life, and she was just charming. She was also very, impressed with, this is simple, this is American, this is diner, but she was like blown away at some of the things we do. And this is Julia Childs, being impressed. And very, very lovely, lovely.
Wow, that's fantastic. So one thing we've been talking about through this series is the different types of diner foods. So I have to ask, something that I've seen kind of migrate off menus is the franchise. Have you ever had a franchise?
You know what, we did a long time ago. We've had a few things. We rotate some specials like that back in and out. Like the Monte Cristo. Same kind of a thing. A classic sandwich from the 60s, I believe, is the original. And we do it with the French toast and the Reuben style, with corned beef. But yeah, we've had it. And we run those once in a while to have fun stuff, especially in the summer when we have tourists come through and people who've never experienced those things.
Yeah, kind of mixing it up, as you said. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Do you have, it's probably like picking a favorite child or something like that, but do you have a favorite menu item that you come back to?
Our omelets are amazing. People say, well, how do they get so big and fluffy? First of all, we use 8 to 9 small eggs. It's a big omelet. It's enough for two. We always tell people, listen, don't overorder. You're going to be surprised at our portions. One of my favorites, we use a fresh spinach omelet, which is with a little green cheese. It's a spinach special. Little onion, little feta cheese, little spinach. Very light, very nice. But probably we created a couple new ones lately. And one of my babies that I love is actually called the Chicago deep dish. So what it is it's peppers, onions, sausage, mushrooms, and green peppers. All added on with a little bit of our zucchini sauce over it, so it gives it a little bit of that flavor and a little mozzarella melted in it, and it tastes like a deep dish pizza.
Wow.
One of our new ones, and we've got some great staples. Our Michigan apple, which is sweet apple slurry with brown sugar in it and cheese melted over the top. Some kind of unique things, but those are things we've had on our menu since I can remember.
A deep dish omelet.
That's Chicago?
Right, yeah, that's great, Chicago. That's fantastic. Well, thank you for taking some time to talk to us about Lou Mitchell. And friends, remember to come down during these difficult times. Come down, get some food from Lou Mitchell's.
We love to see you guys. Everything's safe. We've got a vaccinated crew. We do all our precautions to keep everyone. Put all these beautiful plexiglass in for everyone to feel comfortable. Yet it's still in this open air diner that's a classic Chicago institution. Please come and see us.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. I am here at Lou Mitchell's with Travis, who's visiting from New York. Travis, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to talk to you.
We're so glad you're here. So you were telling me before we started filming, how did you come to Lou Mitchell's today? Why did you pick it?
I'm in Chicago for a doctor's thing, and I'm interested in history. So I've just been like walking around taking pictures of the old signs, and I just looked for classic diners. So I'm hungry for breakfast. And then luckily I came here, and it's exactly the vibe I was going for.
I love it. You said you had looked for old, like classic old school restaurants online, and you're like, boom, Lou Mitchell's.
Yeah.
We are across from Union Station. Did you arrive via train by chance?
No, but now you got me curious.
You can take the train to New York. I mean, it'll take 20 hours, but
I'm into it.
okay. I used to work for Amtrak, so let me say,
Wow.
I will suggest to you that they have a dining car, and you can eat on it.
I love Amtrak.
Okay, man after my own heart. What to you constitutes a good diner, Travis? What are the things you told us a little bit. What's another thing you look for? You're like, is it food? Is it ambiance? People?
Okay. Oh, I should say, because I'm a sign painter. So one of the first things I would look for is like maybe some authenticity, like on the outside. Maybe like an old like classic neon. You know, the real thing, not the like the fake stuff, you know. And then maybe some beautiful sign paintings and hand lettering on glass. And then come in here in like maybe like a 1930s feel. So this place is just like exactly what a diner should be. I mean, no joke.
Sounds like it really fits the bill.
Yes.
You mentioned sign painting. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite typeface? Do you look at something? Does something jump out at you?
I'd say maybe like a beautiful, like a 1930s script. You know, something kind of pretty and.
Maybe like on the side of an ocean liner that's taking people to someplace glamorous.
Yes. Like a Starlight Hotel. I'm into it.
Perfect.
Yeah, Starlight Diner. Lou Mitchell's.
Lou
Wait, he's got that.
Mitchell. Lou Mitchell's was a real person. Passed away in 1992. They keep the tradition going. I see you're eating skillet, bagel, bacon, tea.
Yes.
Do you have other diner favorites?
This is pretty much what I want.
This is like this is your go-to.
So when I sat down and like I got my own little 2-person booth, and then she came over and she brought me a complimentary donut hole.
That's how they do things at Lou Mitchell's. Yeah, donut
Yeah.
holes.
So that's a little bit mind blowing. So I always get like the bacon, plain bagel, cream cheese, hash browns, some eggs. That's it.
It looks pretty great. Travis, I want to say thank you for sharing part of your morning with us. And I hope you have a great rest of your trip in Chicago.
Sure, can I give you a fist bump?
You can give me one right now. Let's do it.
Oh.
Let's do it. Boom. Hello, fist bump. Friends, we've been here with Travis, visiting us from New York. Thanks for coming to visit Chicago, Travis.
Absolutely. I'm
Take
loving
care.
it.
So glad you're here. Hey everybody, we're here with Joslyn from Brighton Park, right?
Yes.
We're talking about diners at a diner. We're here at Lou Mitchell's. Joslyn, you sit down in a diner, what's your go-to food? What do you like to get?
I'm currently obsessed with omelets.
Okay, what are we putting in that omelet? Tell us about Joslyn's omelet.
The veggie one with feta cheese and a teeny bit of bacon. Well done. Love the crunchiness.
Crunchiness. You like that mouthfeel, huh?
Yes, I actually do.
Fantastic. A diner fan after my own heart. Other Chicago diners, when you're not at Lou Mitchell's, what's another Chicago diner or two that you enjoy?
I love Golden Apple, White Palace, Steak and Eggers, New Archview. I also love Huck Finn's. There's so many of them in Chicago.
Finn's.
The donuts are amazing.
you a Cermak or Archer Avenue type of Huck Finn? Or?
Archer.
Okay.
It's close to home.
Very specific. Right, you're
Yeah,
right there in Brighton Park.
Right there.
That's amazing. And one thing I noticed about the Huck Finn menu, I don't know if you ever noticed this, is you go down, they have a picture of Huck Finn, and it says, we specialize in the 3 food groups. It's like breakfast, ice cream, and food.
That's true.
Which is like food is part of, I always think that's a little bit weird, but I kind of like that.
Yeah, like ice cream isn't food. I think that's true.
It's kind of like a separate, and they have the huge donut.
Yes, they do. Chocolate is my go-to.
Next time I'm in Huck Finn, I'm going to get that.
You should. You should send me one.
You want me to send you a picture of a donut or the physical
No,
donut?
the actual one. Like I want it.
I send people postcards all the time, so I'll send you a donut.
You already know where I live.
That's true. That's true. I can just put Joslyn. Your last name goes here, Brighton Park, comma Illinois, USA.
They'll know.
It would make it.
They'll know.
That's best. Do you have a best diner moment?
Going to the Group 24 and then eating an omelet there.
More omelets, Joslyn and
I have a thing
omelets.
with omelets. The pancakes are so fluffy too.
Fluffy
Delicious.
pancakes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been here with Joslyn from Brighton Park, talking about diners at Lou Mitchell's. Friends, we are done with our visit to Lou Mitchell's. We are sated beyond all possible comprehension, but we still have more diners to talk about. Next up, we're going over to South Canal to talk to the good folks at the White Palace Grill. Friends, I'm here at the White Palace Grill with Peter Champas. Peter, thank you for having us today. You all have been here at Roosevelt and Canal since 1939. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes the place so special?
Well, everybody knows this place because it's been here so long that tourists coming in here, people traveling from north to south, they stop in here because of the highway, Michigan Avenue, down the street here. I mean, this is the location that you can go anywhere you want and get something to eat, and you can go anywhere you want. People know it because we have good food here. Our food is excellent, 24 hours. We never close the doors. It's been like that for the last 80 years. The customers like the homemade cooking because the diners do make the homemade cooking. We prepare everything here in the premises. We have our chef doing all that, and the food is excellent because it's not like a franchise food that you have to warm it up and microwave it up and then give to the customer. And we don't believe on that, and people know the difference. And everything's fresh, everything is cooked water, it's not pre-cooked like other places. And that's why they come in over here to this place. Because they're going to eat a fresh hot meal, and hey, you can't go wrong with that.
That sounds fantastic.
You are what you eat. If you don't eat right, something's going to happen to you.
So if folks never been before, what would you suggest they come and have? They're coming by, what would you suggest for the first time?
First time, I suggest them because everybody's got a different taste buds, and because everything you eat is good here. It's not like a specifically one thing here.
Fantastic.
Everything you're going to eat is homemade and it's cooked water. And that's why I said, if I recommend something, you might like it, or you have different taste buds that I like, but anything you're going to eat is guaranteed you're going to love it.
That's fantastic.
You know what I mean?
Is there something that you like to come back to personally here while you're eating?
Because we have a good service here, our service is, you can't beat us, because we have a full staff here, we have fast cooks, and we can get the food in and out like that. Because everybody's experienced, we train them here, and they know exactly what they're doing. And we keep the same staff for many years, and people love it.
That's
I
fantastic.
mean, you go to a restaurant, and everybody knows you. And that's what it is. The customers walk in, everybody knows who's what. So they trust us, and they love us, and they love their food, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like you come to my house, and I'm going to treat you the best way I know. That's what you go into a restaurant. You walk as a customer, you're the boss. Take care of you, and that's it. That's the bottom line. satisfy the customer. The customer satisfied, we'll be back. That's the type of business there is. You're going to a restaurant, you enjoy yourself, and a nice meal, and you walk out and you're happy.
You come to the White Palace, Maggie, on a regular basis.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Maggie, we were talking to Peter about first-time visitors to the White Palace. You come to the White Palace, what do you want to eat?
Pork chop.
Pork chop. That's your go-to is pork chop. Doesn't matter. We're talking early morning, afternoon, night, pork chops.
I like pork chop.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I don't like to talk about other diners while we're in a diner, but do you have other favorites in the city for diners? If you couldn't come to the White Palace, where else would you go?
IHOP.
Okay, IHOP, very specific. All right, I like that. Okay, so we have here, pork chops, IHOP. I assume you're having pancakes at IHOP.
Most likely I have a steak from IHOP.
Okay, so I get you're a meat type of person.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, my friend, you're up. White Palace, what did you have today? What do you like when you go to a diner?
I had the waffles and chicken.
All right, waffles. Now, is that your normal diner go-to, or?
No.
Okay.
My normal would be an omelet.
Normal would be an omelet. What did we put in that omelet? I mean, eggs is the base. What else are we putting in there?
All kinds of vegetables.
Okay, I like it. Vegetables. That sounds pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So we got some omelets with vegetables. We got meat. What's special about a diner that makes it different from another type of fast food or any other? What's good about a diner, Maggie? What really makes it?
What's good about a diner?
Yeah, as opposed to another type of restaurant.
You get more personable service.
Okay, personable service. What else? Maggie, what would you say?
They have a bar.
They have a bar. I don't know if they have a bar in this diner, but they do have bars in diners.
Yeah.
That's cool. You go to a bar and a diner, what are you drinking with that pork chop?
Wine.
Okay. Like wine, white, red, other?
Red.
Okay, jeez. I just ate and you're making me hungry. Friends, we're here at the corner of Archer and Damon, and I'm standing in front of Huck Finn. Now, Huck Finn, not to be confused with the eponymous literary character by Mark Twain, is actually a series of 3 amazing Chicago diners. They're still open 24 hours a day. We're gonna go in and talk to the owners about how they've continued to do business during the pandemic, some of their special food items, and even their donuts. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are here at one of the Huck Finn outposts. You can see their famous menu right here on Archer Avenue in Brighton Park. And I'm here with Paul and Dimitri Howdis. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today.
Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, I told you a little bit my own formative Huck Finn story, and I'll tell everyone else again. Was when I came to college at the University of Chicago, a friend of mine from Brighton Park said, we have to go to Huck Finn, and I just assumed she was talking about like the literary character. So I wasn't sure what he would eat or what we were going to eat there, but I came and I loved it. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the Huck Finn story, how it came to be.
Well, the story starts in 1971 when my father Paul and his brother George took a chance on a business that's no longer there anymore for other reasons, but the original location was at 4333 South Kedzie, and kind of they started the business from the ground up, 24-hour diner in the heart of Chicago, just 2 brothers trying to make the American dream happen, and they did make it happen. You're here now today still, right? But
after 50 years.
After 50 years, hey, a long sleep. But anyway, so it was just hard work. They ran a 24-hour business. The 2 of them for I don't know how many years before your brother and brother-in-law came into the fold.
Yeah, that would be about 6 years after that.
So 6 years. Just 2 guys all day, every day, just making it happen, and the business grew into become what it is today. Blood, sweat, and tears.
That's fantastic. And other folks we've talked to, similar stories about open diners. Sometimes families coming together, sometimes immigrant families coming together to work hard, and they say part of this kind of American dream.
Yeah, that's what it was. They're from a small mountain town, in the middle of nowhere, Greece, and they come to the big city of Chicago to make it happen, and they did, and they should be very proud of that.
All the changes in how Chicagoans eat over the last 50 years, what do you think what do you think brings people back to Huck Finn or to diners more generally?
I mean, Huck Finn, it's comfortable, man. It's, you go in, you're going to get a good meal, you're going to get good service, and there's a pretty good chance there's going to be some kind of entertainment along the way because we have a very colorful, fun staff here, and it's home. You go there and you don't have to be on. You just show up and it's just come in and.
There's no diner with a dress code.
No, not yet. Yeah,
Not yet.
Yeah, the Thai policy hasn't
No,
passed the board quite yet.
I think you speak with those comments to kind of, it feels like a big tent family. Everyone can kind of come in and there's kind of, like you say, the entertainment, like that's, are we talking more in the nighttime or is that?
Once upon a time, the nighttime. Unfortunately now, we're not open 24 hours.
Right.
The two locations in the city. But just, our staff, they're colorful. They're big personalities and, some are loud. The neighborhood here kind of spawns that, and they're just fun people, and they have fun with their job. They love it, and that spills over to the customers. We have people coming in, generations of customers. My dad's dad came here and all that, and it just carries on, and they have the same girls waiting on them since they did when they were kids, and it's fun.
What are some of you probably have many favorites, but there are some things on the menu that either of you come back to, like it's kind of favorite staple brunch food or other items.
My favorite is our pancakes. We had our Becky Thatcher breakfast, 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausages, 2 pancakes, and that's so good. It'll fill you up and leave with a smile on your face. I also like our chorizo skillet. We use awesome chorizo, fresh jalapeno, fresh tomato, fresh onion. Mix it all in with some jack cheese and potatoes and put 2 eggs on top of it, and that's just heaven on a fork, man.
I've already eaten and I'm hungry again.
You're in the right place.
We ate recently and now you're making me hungry again.
It's a restaurant.
Yeah,
that's what I'm supposed to do.
So something we've asked everyone during this series, and I remember when they used to be more common on diner menus, is if either of you, has there ever been a franchisee on the menu?
That's I don't think it's made the menu, but we've made plenty of franchisees here.
People will come and ask for
the secret item.
The secret item at Huck Finn is a franchisee.
Yeah.
So people come in and still ask for a
Sure.
franchisee.
Yeah.
All right.
Bacon, hot dogs, and cheese. We got it all. We can make that happen.
I think I've had. Are they always deep fried? I haven't had one in a long time. I think I have had a deep fried.
They deep fry them.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we're probably not going to bake a franchisee anytime soon, but
a baked franchisee.
Yeah, there you go. And maybe we will. Maybe that is something.
Wow, that's fantastic. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. This has been really great. And friends, if you've never been to Huck Finn, they have 3 locations. Dimitri, can you remind everyone where they are again?
We are at 3414 South Archer and Damon, 6750 South Pulaski, 67 to Pulaski, and then in Oak Lawn at 10501 South Cicero, corner of 105th and Cicero in Oak Lawn.
Wow, fantastic. I was going to say, and if you want the updated hours, you can always go to the website. I don't think I've ever been to the Huck Finn website. I just came by. I just walked on it.
See, we're an old school diner. We were here before the internet, and hopefully after it too. So
I love that. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Come on down to Huck Finn, everyone. Friends, next we're heading up to Glenn's Diner in Ravenswood, where we will learn that seafood and breakfast are not mutually exclusive. Hey everybody, good afternoon. We are here in Ravenswood at Glenn's Diner. We're talking with Debbie, the general manager. Debbie, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you. How you doing?
Well, thank you for coming out and talking to us. We've been talking with folks about diners all day. We visited Lou Mitchell's, Huck Finn, and several others. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the origin of Glenn's Diner. How did it come to be?
Well, Glenn's Diner was originally going to be a diner. It was going to be more breakfast food, closing at 3, but then as we started getting closer to opening, started getting some other chefs in here with some ideas, and we started to add the fish menu, and the fish menu really took off. So it's why we kind of combined fish with diner foods. Breakfast is all day, and fish is now all day, whenever we're open. So.
That's fantastic. So seafood and cereals, usually people wouldn't put those two together.
No, but we kind of evolved. It's been a slowly evolving thing over the first few years.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if people are coming to visit you, what's something that you'd recommend they start with?
Well, it kind of depends on how you're feeling that day. Halibut is my favorite fish. It's a really nice piece of fish. It's nice and flaky. It's a really good high-end piece of fish. If you want to go Cajun, you got to go catfish. Catfish with the spicy hollandaise sauce on top, the shrimp stuffing. It gives you a nice Cajun feel. So we do have a few Cajun options. On a cold winter's day, the Chiapino and jambalayas are flying off the shelf. So, but yeah, I'll go for halibut on a summer day and catfish or jambalaya on a winter day.
That's fantastic. Now we're also in front of this amazing array of cereals. Now, so many cereals to choose from. If you're coming in from breakfast, what's a popular cereal here at Glenn's?
I have constantly bringing in Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, Fruity Pebbles, Fruit Loops. Those are the ones I'm constantly running out of.
And you told us when we were talking before the camera started rolling that people also like to have Bloody Marys, but you don't have a Bloody Mary with cereal, but you do have a Bloody Mary with seafood.
Yes, we do have a Bloody Mary with shrimp on top, and it's also got the celery, carrot, and melon, and it is made with a seafood concoction. I can't give you all the ingredients, but it does have a little bit of spicy seafood taste with tomato juice.
That's fantastic. We've talked to other folks in the diner business about what makes a diner special, and Glenn's is kind of a rather unique diner. What makes Glenn's special for you and for the customers who come enjoy your food?
I think what I like about Glenn's the most is we're kind of more of a casual seafood place. Most of your seafood places, if you're going for halibut, you're going for a nicer restaurant, or your bronzini or red snapper, you're going for a higher end restaurant, you're getting dressed up. But here's kind of more of a more fun atmosphere. You'll get parties here where everyone's really enjoying it. You get the people talking to the table next to them. It becomes a little bit more quaint, a little bit more fun, a little bit more relaxed.
It's a pretty intimate space here. How many can you usually fit here?
Well, these days, sadly, we're down to about 30 people we're fitting in here now, trying to keep people apart from each other.
Of course.
We can go up to 45, but yeah, with trying to not have everyone right on top of each other. I mean, before COVID, everyone was right next to each other.
Sure, I remember.
But now we're keeping people a little bit farther apart so people feel a little more comfortable. About 30 people. So.
That's fantastic. So, are you all doing any outdoor dining now, or is there folks just inside?
Well, depending on the weather, we'll fill the outside if it's a beautiful day or a beautiful night. But you get a really hot day and we're filling the inside.
Right. It can be a challenge to eat outside when it's quite hot.
Right. So, but yeah, we've been having some nice days out there. The summer is not as bad as some summers have been. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. You mentioned earlier that some of the fish items have been taken off the menu. What's something you're looking forward to see when it does come back?
Actually, the bronzini I kind of miss, and the barramundi a lot of people are asking about. The barramundi is another one that was a favorite. Sturgeon, we have those people who just love sturgeon, but you can't get it too many places, and we haven't brought that one back. It's unfortunately an expensive fish, and we don't want to lose it if we can't sell it. But the barramundi is, I think, a lot of people are asking about it, and it's a great fish to bring back.
Wonderful.
So.
One thing we've asked everyone in this series is, and you, as you told me before, you grew up in Chicago. Have you ever had a franchise?
No, I have not.
Okay. Do you know what a franchise is?
It's, I guess, a deep dish, almost like an omelet, or?
That sounds amazing as well too. It is similar to that in that it is a hot dog that's been wrapped in cheddar and bacon and deep fried.
Ooh, okay, I've heard about that one.
It's
really
intense.
great.
It's a
Okay.
lot. So, and you do not have one on the menu at Glenn's.
No, I don't have a deep fryer.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Can't do it with no deep fryer. Everything's either pan fried or everything pan fried or grilled here.
Oh, that sounds wonderful as well. So, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time. We know this is a difficult time, especially for small businesses and restaurants. So, friends, if you're in Ravenswood, or even if you're not around Ravenswood, come on by to Glenn's Diner. Say hello to Debbie and her colleagues. Thank you so much, Debbie. This has been great.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
Of course. Friends, you know we like to end each segment, talk a little bit about those things we've seen, experienced, maybe even felt together. We've spent time with a number of Chicago's great diners. And you know, I like to conclude things by offering up a little haiku for you. Coffee, please. Thank you. Is that an omelet I see? Where's the franchise?